What's that? It's Pig Nuts coming to you live from the pig pen. It is Piggy himself, and I have been rolling in tons of mud, but luckily not as much mud as I thought I would. We'll get to that in a few minutes. It is week 4 of Pig Nuts. I think last week I said it was week 4. That was a fake out. That was week 3. This is week 4. Starting off with college football roundup, which I know no one likes, so I'll make it very short. Actually, we have a birthday shout out to loyal viewer Melissa Pender. Happy 35th birthday. Have a day. Looks like you had a great birthday party last night. Good on you. Have a great year. Love from Piggy. College football roundup. Canes, Virginia Tech. Canes looked like they were going to lose to Virginia Tech. Not playing great. Cam Ward, so for most of the game. At the end of the game, he plays well. Looks like Canes are going to win. Virginia Tech Hail Mary. They call it a touchdown. He catches it somehow. Call it a touchdown. Then they got jobbed. Look, if they didn't call it a catch, I agree that it's not a catch. There's no way to say it is a catch. But if you call it a touchdown, there's no refutable evidence to say it's not a touchdown. Anyways, the ACC needs the Canes to be good. The rest of the ACC is a dumpster fire. I get it. Virginia Tech's 2-2. They don't need Virginia Tech. They need the Canes. They switched the call. I don't agree with it, but what it is. Canes up. Canes dominating. FSU, SMU. FSU is the worst team of all time. They look so bad. I don't understand how they should become a women's school again for real. I've wasted tons of money on those tickets. That's a bummer. Georgia, Alabama. Alabama was dominating like 28-0. I shut off the game. I realized when I was going to bed, wow, great game. Turned it back on. Georgia almost came back. They didn't. They're both going to be in the playoff. Look great. On to who's back. We got magnets. Magnets are back. As Jesse Pinkman from Breaking Bad would say, yeah, bitch, magnets. Tallahassee had Hurricane Helen barreling down on it as a Cat 4, which would have been the strongest storm in Tallahassee history. Projected as a direct hit for days up until mere hours before. I know you guys were all preying on my downfall. Guess what? I lived. And I'll tell you why. It was really scary shit. I paid a bunch of money for some last second for some guy to board up my house. Very worried. The whole town is made of twigs and bubble gum, so we would have got super duper rocked. Of course, a lot of other places got destroyed. I feel horrible for them, but I do feel good for me. And the reason is the Tallahassee Mag Lab. There's like rumors and there's folklore that the Tallahassee Mag Lab has saved us from all the storms. There's never been a big storm in Tallahassee. And the reason is Tallahassee has the world's largest and highest powered magnet laboratory in the world. That's true. That's not me just talking shit. That's for real. The truth. And we believe, if you look at the track the whole time, it was Tallahassee, last second, huge turn to the east, which doesn't make any sense. None of the models showed it. It's because of the magnets. The Mag Lab saved the day and saved my life. Magnets are up. Next up, we have cute zoo animals. Last week, we had Hippo Mudang, which is, of course, the cutest little hippo ever. This week, we have gigantic king penguin Baby Pesto. Baby Pesto is living in the Melbourne Aquarium, and it's humongous, way bigger than most penguins. Most adult penguins are 31 pounds. At 9 months, Pesto's already 52 pounds. You have to see how big this penguin is. Wait, I'll show it to you. It's crazy how big this penguin is. This is the penguin. That's Pesto. Those are his parents. Pesto's huge. Pesto runs the penguin kingdom. Pesto is the OG penguin. Look at that guy. Amazing. Next up, we have the IDF, the Israeli Defense Forces. They've been dominating Hezbollah this whole time with the beepers and the pagers, and they killed hundreds of them. And now, finally, we killed Nasrallah, who is the Hezbollah leader, alongside with 4 other Hezbollah commanders. They show the depth chart of Hezbollah, and we've killed all of them. It's unreal. Hezbollah vowed revenge right afterward, and guess what? With what army, bitch? Hours later, IDF killed Hassan Khalil Yassin, who replaced Nasrallah hours before. So the guy was in power for like 3 hours. They killed him too. IDF's the best. Hezbollah's super down. Who's dead? Eric Adams is dead. Eric Adams, the New York mayor, was federally indicted for bribery, wire fraud, and illegal campaign contributions from foreign nationals. And he was accused of exploiting a years-long relationship with the country nation of Turkey. I don't know if it's a country nation, but of Turkey, who funded his travel and run for mayor, like $10 million. This whole thing, of course, he did some horrible stuff, but it's so hilariously dumb and stupid and minuscule. I'll tell you some of it, but it's like an episode of Veep. It's an episode of Parks and Rec. Here's an excerpt of it. Wait one second. So Adams Adams, this is for example, Adams was so reliant on cheap flights and free business class upgrades provided to him from Turkey that he ended up on some wildly ridiculous itineraries because the Turkish airline provided free travel benefits worth thousands of dollars to him. The indictment reads that he flew the Turkish airline even when doing so was super inconvenient. During a 2017 summer trip from New York to France, Adams' partner, which makes it sound like he's gay, I don't think he is, not there's anything wrong with that, is surprised to find out that he has scheduled a layover in Istanbul, an overshoot of 1,700 miles from his intended destination. In what might be the most memorable line in the entire document, he responds, transferring here. You know, first stop is always Istanbul. That wasn't the last time Adams sought an outlandish route on Turkey's airlines when his partner wanted to plan a trip to Easter Island in Chile. Adams' reply repeatedly asked her whether the Turkish airline could be used for their flights, requiring her to call the Turkish airline to confirm they did not have routes between New York and Chile. The route from New York to Istanbul to Santiago would have tacked on 2 unnecessary days of crossing the Prime Meridian. Uh, Ridiculous stuff out of him. It also shows you how little it is to bribe mayors of very huge cities in the U.S. He's faces 20 years in prison. He pleaded not guilty and vowed to stay in office. Eric Adams is very dead. Who's not back but not dead? Ye, or the artist formerly known as Kanye West. He's pretty dead, but he's not back but not dead. He announced a new solo album, Bully, in China, and he said it's coming soon. Which, if you know Kanye West, when he says an album's coming soon, that means it's not coming very soon. He performed a new song, Beauty and the Beast, which, if you go listen to it, it's horrible. Of course, he sold out China. China's down for whatever. He also posted an iconic picture of a Palestinian olive tree for Palestinian resistance to Israel's occupation. Of course, Kanye's a loser. Of course, Kanye's not back, but he's also not dead, I guess. Excited for Bully. There's not a ton of news this week, so we're going to add a new segment, which will probably only last 1 week, but I've been trying to get more viewers. Of course, this takes me a long time, and I've learned that kids on the internet are doing something called ASMR, which means Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response, and it's a term used to describe a tingling, static-like, or goosebump sensation in response to specific triggering audio or visual stimuli. And it's where people make a ton of money and get a lot of viewers eating food. I thought it was only crunchy food, but it's also soft food and fried food. I don't have any fried food, but get a load of this. You hear that? You like that? You feel tingly? It's okay, right? You feel it, right? All right, next up, I got a very ripe banana. This is a soft. They said fruits also is good. Let me finish the carrot. You feel that? That gave me bumps. Okay. I think that was good. I think viewership's going to be up from that. Show of the week. Monsters. Monsters is on Netflix. It's about the Menendez brothers. These are two really rich kids who killed their parents in a horrific way back in the day. It was a big story. Shotgun both their parents to death. And they said it was the mafia. It wasn't the mafia. It turns out they were super sexually molested for a while. Doesn't mean you can kill your parents. I don't want to give you any spoilers. Good show, though. Good show. Good cast. Movie of the week. Megalopolis. From Francis Ford Coppola. Basically, this guy has been trying to make this movie for 30 years. He sold his family's vineyard, which was like his prized possession. He's been asking someone to make this, and no one's wanted to make it, so he had to fund it himself. He sold his vineyard. He's been writing this forever. It turns out nobody wanted to make it because it's the weirdest, horriblest movie ever. There's theater participation. It's supposed to be like an acid fever dream. I'm sure Kaufman's going to say it's amazing. I am excited to see it. I've not seen it yet. It looks completely ridiculous. Picks of the week. Panthers plus 4.5 against the 0-3 Bengals. Andy Dalton revenge game. Andy Dalton in revenge games against the Bengals are 2-1. He's played for a few other teams, of course, since leaving the Bengals. He's 2-1. He's about to be 3-1. I'm not saying they're going to win, but they definitely cover. Jags plus 5.5 at Texans. Duval. I do think it's in division. The Jags are not that bad as they're playing. They're 0-3. I get it. The Texans, they always play well. I think they cover. Jets -8 at home against the Broncos. Nathaniel Hackett revenge game. As you can see, I love revenge games. I think the Jets are pretty good. I think the Broncos are not so good. I think Nathaniel Hackett cooks up some cool stuff. Chiefs -7.5 at the Chargers. The Chargers are so banged up. Both their tackles are dead. Joey Bosa's dead. What's his name? Herbert's playing on one leg. Give me the Chiefs -7.5, even though they're away. And then lastly, Dolphins -2.5 at home against the 0-3 Titans. I think even it's going to be a disgusting Monday night game, but we got Snoop Huntley. Snoop Huntley coming in. Pro Bowler Snoop Huntley. Put some respect on his name. I think the Dolphins win. I think the Dolphins get it done. Give me money line and -3. That's all I got for the week. Have a day.